stop here a minute. I thought I heard one gobble over this way. I want to hear this call before we get around this corner. Make sure we know where he is. That's one down. That's what he did. Let's get this tree right here. I'm afraid to go any further.
That could be close.
Yeah. He sounds close.
Probably gonna come out around that point. Probably won't go through this stuff now.
No. He's in range when he gets to that little opening.
Yeah.
I still hear a hen out there. Hear that hen? Hope she doesn't take him away from us. We got competition here. There's a hen down the road. There's one out the ridge there. Here comes a hen. Don't move. Don't move. We'll let this hen do the calling for us. We won't have to call so much. I see the copper. See the first big tree to our right? That little hole right through there. To the left of that. He's coming up the road. If she doesn't give us away, we're all right. Don't move. That hen's right to your right. He's gonna follow that hen. I see him right through that first hole to your right there, over top that little bush. That hen's gonna bring him right to us. Can you see him yet? I see his hole through that one. His head through that one hole there.
There it goes.
You got him?
Boy, look at him strut.
You ever seen him? Phew, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Wait till he comes from behind that bush. Over the top of his head. Take him. Yeah. There's your trophy. Good shot. Nice shot that time. Nick, that was a good shot.
My hands are shaking plenty there.
With that Briley choke sure did the job on him.
Yeah, he stayed behind that bush there forever, didn't he? Golly.
That hen walked by 5 feet from us, but
Unbelievable she didn't see us.
what'd you think your Bushnell scope?
Well, I
Had the right combination.
I had it right on.
Hi, I'm Nick Sisley, outdoor writer and longtime user of Briley products. I'm here with Jim Clay of Perfection Turkey Calls.
You know, Nick, nothing's probably more important to a turkey hunter than a nice, tight, consistent choke. And we feel like Briley makes the best chokes on the market. When you couple that Briley choke with a Bushnell trophy turkey scope, a good, tight, consistent pattern is almost automatic, even in ranges out to 35 or 40 yards.
I've been using scopes for turkeys for 3 years now, and boy, I'm convinced. But Briley's been doing a tremendous amount of research to tighten those chokes even more, especially with the straight rifling.
Well, you know, my old business partner, Tom Duval, last year was using a Brand X choke, and I convinced him to use a Briley choke to screw one in, and really improved his results tremendously. The choke was tighter, constriction was better, shot selection was more consistent.
Gil Ash and Jerry Meyer of OSP Shooting Schools have been doing lots and lots of research with these Briley chokes.
Thanks, Nick. You know, Nick, you and Jim have sure made turkey hunting seem real easy for me this weekend. How about you, partner?
Oh, yeah.
Especially do that thing for me one more time. It's Bubba. Best in the world. I'm telling you, best in the world.
Certified.
You do your thing. You talk about chokes and loads. We're going to go out here and chase some old gobblers.
Sounds like a good
You
idea.
got the best part of that deal.
That's not fair.
I know, they get to go kill turkeys. Well, what can we say?
Back to the job at hand.
Yes.
Briley asked us to talk to you today about their super full straight rifle turkey choke. This turkey choke is longer than normal. Now you say, well, it's so long it wouldn't fit in my gun. Briley's got a super full straight rifle turkey choke that'll fit your gun, even if it doesn't have screw chokes. They can put it in your gun. Look at the difference in a normal screw choke that's full choke and the Briley super full straight rifle turkey choke. Now, one of the uniquenesses about this choke is its length. The constriction squeezes the shot more gradually. It's got straight rifling, which stops the shot column from spinning as it exits the barrel, which dictates to better patterns for you. Now, your full choke in your gun was designed to shoot ducks, geese, maybe a pheasant or two, birds that are moving. This choke is designed to make your shotgun pattern like a rifle. It's designed to shoot turkeys out to 40, maybe 42, 45 yards. It's the best screw choke on the market. Now, when we tested this screw choke, we had to first choose a shot size. We chose 5-shot. It gives you the best combination of downrange pellet energy and downrange pellet count. We tried several different brands of ammo.
Yeah, major brands, and this tested the best.
And Federal Premium Magnum 3-inch, 2 ounces of 5s ended up being the winners. And in one instance,
They're almost 35% greater.
almost 35% greater pellet count through this tight choke.
If you take the full choke that came with your gun, the factory chokes, out to 20 yards, you'll probably shoot a larger pattern than you would one of these Briley Super Turkey chokes. But you don't get many trophy gobblers inside 20 yards. When that bird of a lifetime comes to you, he may be 35, 40 yards out. And when that happens, you need one of these.
A Briley straight rifled super full turkey choke. The one that's designed to keep the shot together more uniformly, downrange, and kill that bird when it's the magic time, when you got that big beard out there.
That's right.
Now, for years, people have been talking about patterns in terms of percentages in a 30-inch circle at 40 yards. But that doesn't do anything for you to tell you how big the pattern is. In our Chokes and Loads tape, we devised a way to show people not necessarily what percentage they had, but when we determined that the percentage they had in the circle was reliable, we showed them actually how big and how wide the pattern was.
That's right. If you shoot a Briley straight rifle turkey choke at 20 yards, you get a pattern about 8 inches in diameter.
Now, if you were to shoot a normal full choke, the pattern would be about this much wider. They're both going to be almost 100%, 90%, something like that. And yes, they're going to be pellets out here, but they're not going to be close enough together to reliably kill the bird. That's what we mean when we say optimum pattern.
What do you call this pattern here at 20 yards?
A guillotine.
A guillotine.
It makes a pink spray. What do you call it, Bloody Mary?
Yes, it's a
No,
bloody tom.
Bloody tom.
Mary's a drink. It's a bloody
Right.
tom.
Now you can imagine if you had 2 ounces of 5s, all of them close enough together to fit in that little circle, and hit this turkey right there, you can see what we're talking about. It's like gone.
Dead bird.
Dead bird. Okay, decapitation. Now,
Look at him at 30 yards.
let's look at 30 and see what
At
happens.
30 yards, a normal full choke will put about 124 pellets in a 12-inch circle. That's
Now,
about
there's
what
a
they have.
bunch more out here, but they're so far apart that they can't reliably hit that bird in a vital zone.
Now, a normal full choke puts about 124 pellets in this circle. A Briley straight rifle turkey choke puts 201 pellets in there. That's 77 more pellets inside this little turkey, inside this little circle to do damage to this turkey. Now
Turkey
you've got
trauma.
Turkey trauma is what the business we're in right here. So now, see what a big pattern. If you hold right here, you should aim right here where the feathers hit the skin of the turkey's neck. If you do that, you've got him covered everywhere at the top of his head to right where his neck comes out.
And
of the
look what
body.
happens. Look what happens. If you're that far off,
Dead
still
bird.
going to kill him. If you're that far off, still
Dead
going to
bird.
kill him. If you're that far off, still going to
Dead
kill him.
bird.
That's what we mean when we say reliability. Yeah, if this pattern was here and you shot here and that turkey was there, you might could kill him. But we can't guarantee you that you could kill him every time because the part of the pattern you're using is the fringe, and that's the part that's the least reliable.
That's right. The bottom line is there's not a choke or a shotgun or a load made that'll kill a turkey if you point it in the wrong place.
Wait a minute, you're in front of me. Why do you keep doing that? All right, now, let's go out to 40 yards and see what happens. At 40 yards, if you were to shoot that same Federal premium load of 5s, 2 ounces, through your normal full choke, in this 18-inch circle, it'd put 150, give or take a few, in this circle. In fact, that's what we found. It put 150 there. When we put the Briley straight rifled super full turkey choke in there, it put 184 pellets in that circle. So it went from 150 to 184. My math says 34 pellets.
Yes.
34.
Your
Yes.
math got it right. He did his math on a calculator.
34 pellets, and that's over 20% more pellets in this circle.
You got to shoot a trophy turkey at 40 yards. That's what you want right there. You want that Briley straight rifle.
Look how
extra
much.
full.
Now you realize that turkey's out there. If you had a shotgun with a bead on it, that bead would cover up this turkey's head. You see that? It covered it up completely.
That's right.
You really have to be able to hold that shotgun on that turkey at that distance. Look in here, how far it can be off. Are we telling you that there's no more pellets out here? No, there's pellets out here, but instead of being close enough together to reliably hit this bird, they're not reliable. We're dealing with the core of the pattern. We got to deal with the core because, yeah, you got them out here, but they're not reliable. You know, Nick and Jim a while ago talked about using scopes.
That's right, they did. And those guys have killed a lot of turkeys. They probably killed more turkeys than most people have seen. And they've emphasized the importance of using those scopes on those shotguns so you can get optimum performance out of these tight chokes. When the chokes are this tight, they shoot almost like a rifle. And you've got to be able to point that shotgun accurately to be able to make these 35 and 40-yard kills with these chokes.
You know, Jim, I think, even designed the reticle for Bushnell with a circle in the middle of it so that he could use that scope more effectively in low light situations. And you know, something else that was unique when we were doing these patterns, the size of the circle at 20 yards is this big. And the size of the circle at, this is our cheat sheet back here, the size of the circle at 30 yards.
This is what the circle in the scope sees at 30 yards. It's also the size of your optimum pattern. Same thing at 40 yards.
At 40 yards.
This is how much surface area that's covered by the circle in the scope.
Now, so that you'll better understand what it is we're trying to tell you, why don't you come go with us over to the range, and we're going to shoot some turkey patterns, and we're going to show you actually what the scope sees at these different yardages and show you what the patterns look like. You ready?
Let's go shoot.
Let's go. Goes on.
I'll hold it.
Heck of a deal. That Federal is something, isn't it?
Boy, I tell you what, those patterns are pretty dense. I thought turkey loads were all the same until we start doing these tests, and you get that Briley straight rifle turkey choke and put those Federal premium loads in there. It is absolutely awesome.
No doubt about it. Well, we got our targets up. We've marked off the distances, 20, 30, and 40 yards. Now we're going to slip over here and we're going to hold the pattern discs up that we talked to you about just a few minutes ago and show you what they actually look like through the scope at each distance. Okay, here we are at 20 yards. Now remember, the scope must be set on 1.75 for the correlation of what you see is what you get to remain true. This is what your actual pattern diameter will look like at 20 yards. 8 inches. Now let's go to 30. Ease on down here. Okay. Now, this is what your actual pattern diameter will look like at 30 yards. Okay. Now let's go to 40. Scope set on 175 again now. And this is what your actual pattern diameter will look like at 40 yards. Notice a large amount of pointing error can still happen and result in a dead bird, but only if you use the right choke with the right load.
Now that Gil has shown you the disc at 20, 30, and 40 yards, we're going to actually shoot a pattern for you and show you how we got this information. Anytime you're shooting in practice or shooting patterns, you should always wear ear protection and eye protection. Each model comes with only one set. You'll notice my earplugs are blue. They also come in red and some other colors. You wouldn't want to wear those in the turkey woods. You'd want a neutral color like Gil's. It's a good idea to wear them when you're hunting too because it amplifies sound. It helps you hear that gobbler that's way off. And there's a good Tweety bird sound this big. Just try one now.
Federal 3-inch, 2 ounces of 5s.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole.
I blew the wad.
Almost knocked the pattern seat off that thing. It was so
gun.
tight. You held pretty good. Looks like we got 3 dead birds here.
Safe gun.
Now we're fixing to tell you the bottom line on everything. We've been telling you that at 30 yards with a Briley straight rifle turkey choke, your core of your pattern is going to be approximately 12 inches in diameter. The reliable part of that pattern. Now let's look and see. We got a few flyers out here. Looks like we held a little bit high right.
The edge is about right there.
Right about there.
A little bit more, just a touch. There you
Right
go.
about there. Look here. Watch the holes come up. They're kind of hard to see in here, but we've got probably 20 or 30 pellet holes in there.
That's
Look,
7 right in his brain.
7 in the brain. Look one more time. The center of the pattern is right here.
Probably 30 pellets between my fingers.
Okay, now let's look at the next one. Okay, held a little lower, a little bit more in the center. But once again, let's look at the difference in the core of the pattern and the few flyers that are outside. Here we go. We're going to cover up the core. You see the flyers coming around? There's the core.
Again, there's 30 pellets in that turkey's neck.
There it is. And there's the core. All right, now let's look at the last one. Much better hold here. Dead on hold. Did what it was supposed to do to the turkey. Dead bird right there. But let's take the pattern off and turn it around. This is where the soup gets thick. Right here. Let's look at the target this way. Notice how we have a few flyers outside the reliable pattern, but look how tight the BBs are together in the reliable part of that pattern. Once again, there it is. You see you got some flyers, but man, look how many pellets you got together. Dead birds. Looked like a woodpecker went crazy on the target.
Yes, sir, I'm telling you. Briley, straight rifle, turkey choke. Denser patterns at greater distances. It's the best turkey choke on this planet.
Planet Earth. Planet Earth.
Well, planet Earth, yeah, right. My partner's kind of spacey. He visits planets that astronomers don't even know about.
I'm tired of working, buddy. Let's go play.
You call this
We'll
work?
see y'all later.
You call this work?
When you're ready for improved performance, you're ready for Briley replacement chokes. Briley offers replacement chokes for all major gun makes. Briley replacement chokes are available in 9 constrictions for both 12 gauge and 20 gauge in either flush mount or extended X2. In stock and available for immediate delivery. Call today and they'll ship within 24 hours. Many sporting clays enthusiasts realize that the small gauges can make this exciting sport even more challenging and fun. Consider having your favorite sporting clays over and under or side by side tubed for 20 gauge, 28 gauge, or 410, and you too can enjoy the small gauge events. Briley also offers a full line of shotgun accessories and services such as lengthening forcing cones, back boring, trigger conversions, and many others. Briley, respected and trusted for quality, performance, and reliability. Give them a call at 1-800-331-5718.